If you walk like Jesus, you will not stumble.
And we're reading here in 1 John chapter 2, verse 6. It says, whoever claims to live in him must live as Jesus did.
All right, this whole idea of not stumbling is referring to the notion that we should be careful not to make mistakes in our Christian lives.
That's right. You know, the fact is that we're likely to stumble and make mistakes even after we've been saved.
No, that's certainly true. The Bible tells us that we should live as Jesus lives so that we may limit the amount of stumbling and the amount of errors that we make ourselves in our Christian lives.
Well, the good thing is that if we do stumble, we know someone who can help us stand.
Absolutely. And Paul says that in Romans chapter 14, verse 4, where it says, who are you to judge someone else's servant? To their own master, servants stand or fall, and they will stand, for the Lord is able to make them stand.
And the Apostle Paul is really talking about not judging others. Yet he also indicates that even if someone has faults, our true faith should be in the saving grace of Jesus and not the perfection of our lives or doctrine or really our church.
Right. Our God is a God of restoration, not condemnation, and we should be careful that our faith and trust in God does not stumble because we put our faith in our flesh and our good deeds, in our church, in our pastor, in a good teacher, and realize that all of them will fail you, but God will never fail you. He will never make you stumble if you're really humble before him, right? So that's kind of an important thing for us to keep in mind is there are a lot of good teachers and preachers out there. They are not Jesus, and we need to be careful of how much stock we put in them and how much we follow them.
Thank you for joining Les and Tracy King for A Word on the Word. Visit awordontheword.tv to receive their latest audio or video broadcast. A Word on the Word is sponsored by First Century Ministry